Actually, their weight, Norris coming in just a little bit lighter than Pettaway, but it's really not much of a factor. The reach of Pettaway is just a little bit longer. So Norris is in a situation, he keeps talking about what comes next, and he can go either direction, but as we said, he's got to worry about what's in front of him right now, because it's no small task with Vincent Pettaway. The rules in this fight, no standing 8 count. There will not be a 3 knockdown rule. Only the referee this time can stop the fight. Last fight, remember, was the referee or the commissioner, and the fighter could not be saved by the bell at any round except the last round. So the fighter can be saved in the 12th and final round. Let's meet him officially now with Jimmy Lennon Jr. Jimmy.
Ladies and gentlemen in attendance, boxing fans joining us across the nation on Fox, and sports fans joining us around the world, we welcome you to the Richmond Coliseum here in Richmond, Virginia, for the featured attraction of the evening, brought to you by Don King Productions and Miller Lite. This bout coming your way is sanctioned by the International Boxing Federation, the President Robert Lee Sr., Supervisors Al Lucas and Darrell Peoples, and the World Boxing Council, the President Jose Sulaiman, along with the Virginia Commission of the USBA, Commissioner Doug Beavers. Introducing to you the physicians at ringside, Dr. Juan Rivas, Dr. Ron Toney, and Dr. John James. Timekeepers at the bell, also keeping count of the knockdowns, we have Gail Carpenter and Phil Kornberg. Introducing to you the judges, scoring this bout from ringside, Biba Exton, Angel Guzman, and Wayne Peters. Introducing to you the referee in charge of this bout, we have Larry Doggett. All right, fans, here we go with the main event of the evening, the WBC and IBF 154-pound championship of the world, scheduled for 12 rounds of boxing. Introducing to you first the challenger on my left, fighting out of the blue corner. He is wearing black trunks with purple trim and fighting out of Baltimore, Maryland. He weighed in at 151 pounds even. His record stands at 38 wins, 5 losses, 1 draw, 1 no contest, with 31 wins coming by way of knockout. He is currently ranked the IBF number 3 contender, introducing the former IBF junior middleweight champion of the world, known as the Ambassador, Vincent Pettaway. And his opponent across the ring is the defending champion on my right, fighting out of the red corner, wearing red trunks with white trim, fighting out of the First Fighters Squadron in Campo, California, by way of Lubbock, Texas. He weighed in at a trim and ready 150 3/4 pounds. His record includes 42 wins, 6 losses, with 26 big wins coming by way of knockout. Here is the current IBF junior middleweight and 3-time WBC super welterweight champion of the world, introducing Terrible Terry Norris. Once again, a referee in charge, Larry Doggett, now to give instructions.
Okay, guys, I gave you instructions in the dressing room. Do you have any questions? Okay, guys, I want you to protect yourself at all times. The first thing I want you to do is obey my commands at all times, okay? I want the judge is the judge, you all do the boxing, and let me do the refereeing, okay? Shake hand, guys. You're going to be called.
So a good look at Vincent Pettaway, and in the other corner, of course, Terry Norris. Norris fighting with a lot of confidence now. Each has had some beard problems, if you will. They've gotten whacked, both of them, but Norris says that's all behind me now. I'm not worried about that. Pettaway, on the other hand, he's a guy who probably needs to concern himself with that a little bit more than Terry Norris does.
Well, you know, he's been down probably more easily than Terry early on in his career by considerably lesser fighters, so that's got to worry you.
Tempo in this fight early is going to go a long way toward deciding how the fight ultimately is going to go. That, according to Vincent Pettaway when we spoke with him. Pettaway said that at the beginning of the fight, he thought he might wait and see if Norris comes to him. And early on in the first few seconds, that's exactly what he's doing.
because of the good power and that C-grade chin we talked about and the good speed, you could have a real chess match for a while till this heats up. Terry's very offensive-minded, though, and what Pettaway said was he wanted to let Terry come to him and or if he had to, actually force the fight just to get Terry to force it back because he felt more comfortable that way in a counter-punching role.
Norris, of course, fought on our last fight card. Did not last long.
Break!
As you can see, though, the cat and mouse game has started a little bit, both being extra careful.
Pettaway sticks the jab out. Both have a good, crisp jab. Both utilize it. Neither is a fighter who particularly likes to crowd the other, though. Both would prefer to be at long range.
Norris thought that Pettaway was going to come right out and bombing away, feeling that that was his best chance, but right now it's actually mildly Terry's the aggressor. It's actually reversed just a little bit. He's the aggressor. And I know Terry's a warrior with an offensive-minded stance in most things.
Norris missed most of those shots.
Watch those heads.
Norris has gotten his temper under control, and that's been a big factor in his improvement of late.
Yeah, he seemed to control the rage and get back to the boxing. It got the better of him, especially in the Santana trilogy, and boy, who wants to talk about that?
Pettaway, on the other hand, showing a lot of caution here in the first round. Interesting, incidentally, that both these fighters came in well below the 154-pound maximum of the super welterweight or junior middleweight, call it what you will. 151 and 150.
Well, you know, for both of these guys, it just seems that they're in between the maximum and the minimum. The maximum of 47 or the maximum of 54 and the minimum, etc. Their best way to keep that power and speed both in check properly and balance seems to be around 150, 151.
Neither man scoring very much in this first round.
A couple of decent shots that Pettaway had got in a little while ago, and right now you'll see Terry trying to get even. Right now, they're fighting a clean fight. It's heating up just a little bit, very subtly, but it's heating up.
Come on, fight your way out. Don't hold him, Pat. Come on, Vince, turn him loose. Come on, let me have him. Let me have him. Step back.
Referee in this match, Larry Doggett, telling him step back on your own. And a quick right hand, and down goes Pettaway. Wasn't a particularly hard shot. He just was not very well on balance.
6, 7.
Does not appear to be hurt. But it will clearly give the round now to Terry Norris. It was a very close round. Flash knockdown.
Yeah, you know, again, this is the thing. They're real quick, and they're both pretty powerful. And again, that not real durable chin. There they go, real quick.
Now, you heard him say, he caught me in the back of the head and pushed me.
With a bucket.
Here's another look at
We'll
it,
get
Bobby.
to see it right here. Yeah, you know, Terry, again, he's got quick hands. Right hand, left hand. I think he's got the better right hand. Left hook, they could be very comparable. You know what? It was hit on top of the head. He was on his way to the floor already. It seemed to be a leg tangling, getting tripped. You watch it again. They come together, and the feet get tangled up. You can't see it completely there, but you see Pettaway was already falling toward. We're going to go in super slow now as we watch it now. Pettaway was almost to the floor already and got hit on top of the head. So you see him trip. His foot just got underneath him, and that's a half a push, half a slip, half a knockdown.
On the scorecards, however, it will be a knockdown. So if the judges had Norris ahead in that round, it would make that round a 10-8 round.
Yeah, that round was so close that it was a matter of who pulled it out toward the end, and you have to make it a 10-8. That's part of staying on your feet as a pro. Difference between amateur scoring and professional scoring.
Tough way to start for Vincent Pettaway. Was not really hurt. That had nothing to do with the suspect chin that we spoke
Hit
of.
behind the head.
Yeah, you heard him when he went back to the corner. Said he hit me on top of the head and pushed me, and it was kind of a combination, I guess, trip on his way down plus the shot to the head.
All right, break down. Come on. Hold your head up there.
Pettaway still waiting on Norris.
Come on, guys. Let's go now. No wrestling.
That was caught on the glove.
You know, right right now, Terry Norris' overall physical strength seems to be a dominant factor. He's a little too strong for Pettaway, and he's getting home with some shots. Although, again, Pettaway unloads with some shots. Terry taking them very well, but he's always dangerous. That's what makes this fight so exciting.
Good combination by Pettaway, the best of the fight for him. And a good left hand by Norris.
That was the left hook that starched Simon Brown. That whipping left hook off the ropes, and certainly it didn't hit Terry, but boy, it meant to.
Okay, break, please. Step back. Step back. Come on, guys. Come on, guys. Let's go.
Norris starting to establish tempo a little bit more here in this second round. Coming down toward 1 minute remaining.
There's something Pettaway said he wanted to do was control the pace. Right now, Terry's controlling the pace. When he wants to force the action, he forces it. When he wants to sit back and rest, he's allowed to rest. And again, that strength is the biggest key. Power in both hands and that strength.
Good body shot and a left uppercut by Norris. Norris doing his best work when he's got Pettaway against the ropes.
Now, a lot of those punches are being blocked, but let me tell you, when you take a flush right hand over your face with a glove just separating you, it still has some power. It still stings.
Stop using your elbows.
Good combination by Pettaway.
A nice right hand and left hook right hand following in. Stop Terry in his tracks, but Terry doesn't seem to be in trouble, and he's stepping back. He's not running in to prove his worth, to prove his warrior attitude and machoism.
Confidence builder there for Vincent Pettaway, and a good left hand there. Very
Impressive resume, Peter.
Thank you, sir.
A degree in rocket science.
Yeah.
And a...
And another right hand. Pretty clean shots, but didn't really wobble Terry, but good confidence builder. Gave him a little momentum toward the end of that round. Almost pulled the round out.
slap with the last right hand, but still started to get there a little bit. Very close round. Third round, and for you and I, Bobby, this is uncharted waters. We've never gone 3 rounds together.
Yeah, you know, that's it's a good feeling.
Yeah, it's
Harry.
nice,
I like it. Yeah, I'd like to get used to it. You know, this does really stack up to be a great fight, but because of the power and the questionable chins, again, it's something that this can be lights out at any moment. They both have to be careful, but, you know, it stacks up to be a great fight.
Come on, guys. Fight your way out. Come on, no holding, no wrestling. No hit behind the head, Terry.
And a left hand from Norris, and down goes Pettaway. And this time he is hurt.
5, 6.
And he's saying he hit him in the back of the head again.
8.
He's in trouble. He's in trouble. His legs are not under him. I can see in his eyes he has some trouble. He's going to look to hold on.
Back of the head, okay? Box.
Well, I think they're going to say it is an official knockout, but he did draw a warning for the back of the head, which is what Pettaway said.
You know, the back of the head's not legal. The top of the head, the sides are legal. The back of the head is not legal.
Another good right hand by Norris. Norris trying to jump right on Pettaway. Pettaway is still a little bit wobbly. Norris missed a right hand, scored to the left.
You know, Pettaway's covering, but his legs aren't under him. They're really not under him. And right here's where Terry could get a little careless and not watch his P's and Q's and get hit himself. But he is all over Vincent Pettaway right now. This fight could be over.
Good right hand forced Pettaway back into the ropes. Pettaway holds on. Long way to go here in the third round, a minute 15.
Step back clean.
Pettaway suffered a flash knockdown against Simon Brown before coming back and KOing him also. This last one, however, was not in that category, I don't believe. Good right hand again by Norris.
Now you can see in Pettaway's eyes, he's still not 100% clear, but he's better. He just landed a good straight right hand. Another one on Terry wobble.
And he wobbled. Now it is Norris that's hurt.
Terry's legs come out from under him.
And Pettaway tries to jump on Norris. Still 38 seconds left.
I'll tell you what, this is what makes this fight great again. That big power in both hands of both fighters and those chins. Boy, it makes it exciting.
Pettaway cannot afford to get too brave here, however. Norris seems to have his legs back. Left hand off the ropes by Pettaway.
The nice right hand
by Norris.
Real nice right hand. He's throwing that counter right hand, almost turning into a little tiny right hook.
Pettaway has gotten himself in all kinds of trouble when he's gotten on the ropes. Be a good idea to stay in the center of the ring. End of round 3, and it was a good one.
Clean up feet. Fall from that water. Fall from the water. Clean up feet. Little jab and your straight right hand and your hook. Little bucket right there. Hit the bucket over in front of him. You got this. You all right? You all right? Okay. Use that straight right hand and use the hook right behind it. You understand what I'm saying? You hurt me. Hit him in the body with the right hand.
Get in swell the next time.
Okay. All right, so get in swell. Okay, hands up on your face. Ice on the back. That's nice. Clean up feet. That's enough.
Here we'll see that knockdown. Terry inside working, banging on the back of the head a little bit, but he's digging with shots inside. He lands a nice right hand, but there's the left hook. That's almost on the side slash back of the head, but Pettaway comes back later with a right hand of his own, times it off the ropes, left hook and a right hand. And you see there, Terry buckle and hold on, something Terry doesn't normally do. He doesn't hold on unless he has to, Barry.
That's interesting. Now you got to look at how the judges would score that round despite the knockdown. I made that a 10-9 round despite the knockdown.
You know, I still kept it at 10-8. Terry dominated the whole round except for that one brief point on top of the knockdown. I still got to keep it at 10-8. Another reason that Pettaway keeps his back to the ropes too, Barry, is that he uses the ropes as a little leverage, a little strength to hold him up. Terry is a little too strong in the middle of the ring. He doesn't have anything to fall back on to help him.
Round 4, both men have felt the other's best. And Pettaway has been down twice.
And he was down twice in the Simon Brown fight too, and then one punch and the fight went the other way completely.
And he showed you that he does have that ability. He hurt Norris in the last round.
Get him up. Get him up there.
This is where Pettaway wants to be, in the center of the ring.
That's what he needs to do. He needs to use that double jab in the right hand and counter with the hook when Terry comes in. He guesses he can draw Terry and he's got to counter, but he's also got to watch what Terry's throwing on the way in, because if he walks into it, once again, with that questionable durability, anything can happen.
Pettaway keeping himself in the middle of the ring in this fight, but your point is well taken, Bobby. Norris is the stronger of the two and can get him into the ropes.
Well, now you have a little cat and mouse. Terry trying to bounce, Terry trying to not put himself in harm's way. And right now, Pettaway's playing it safe, clearing his head still. He was down, he was hurt. And yes, he did get some of that flesh pound for pound back, but again, he has more of the damage been sustained so far.
That's a push. I don't believe that's a knockdown. It isn't.
No, that was a solid push. They came in contact in close. Pettaway was down, and Terry just kind of shoved him to the ground.
Inside of 1 minute, 50 seconds remaining here in round number 4. No damage by either man in this round.
Again, the strength factor for Terry Norris is key here. He's just been too strong so far. Nice right hand by Pettaway, but not real big. So you can see the strength and the spring in Terry, whereas you can see with Pettaway, it's almost a nervous anxiety, almost an afraid stance he's taking, waiting for the onslaught.
By the same token, I think Norris now has respect for Pettaway's power. He's felt a good shot. He's not been quite as aggressive in this round. There's a right hand by Norris. Coming to the end of round number 4, and we'll be back right after this.
New Line Cinema invites you to see the world's most incredible action hero who does all his own stunts. Jackie Chan.
It's him! Give me that gun!
Rumble in the Bronx. Rated R. Now playing.
Here you see a replay of the slip. He throws the right hand and Pettaway ducks under and Terry just kind of shoves and pushes him down. Not a knockdown, surely just a slip.
Round number 5, scheduled for 12 for Norris's WBC and IBF 154-pound championship. Interestingly enough, Norris coming in at 150 3/4 and Pettaway at 151. So,
All right, then I'm set.
Norris has said that it would be no problem for him to come down to 147 pounds. He doesn't walk around at much more than 52 or 53.
No, he definitely wants Pernell Whitaker, and he said he'd meet him at 47. He has no problem with that, and here he's teeing off on Pettaway.
Good right hand started Pettaway into the ropes.
Yeah, he wants Pernell Whitaker. It's something he's talked about. Maybe he's making a statement by coming in this light saying, see, I can be just as good at lightweight as I can as a heavy in the 154-pound division. Right now, it seems that Pettaway doesn't have a tremendous amount of offense on his mind. He's just looking to block the punches and survive. What I think he's doing, because he's been known to be very good at it, is weight, countering weight. But with Terry, you can't wait too much because of the punishment you absorb while waiting.
That right hand again forced Pettaway into the ropes. So not a great punch, but it is enough to keep him on the ropes. Norris just getting off quicker right now.
Yeah, you can see a nice right hand to the body. He's doing what he wants at will right now. And Pettaway's going to have to get his pound of flesh. He's going to have to give him something to worry about and get Terry, drag him into more of a shootout.
Good uppercut with the right hand by Norris, and Pettaway tried to counter with the right. That's his plan, but as you said, Norris doesn't make it easy.
No, when Terry gets in that little, you see he gets that little rocking rhythm. He's very hard to time. He gets very sharp and accurate, and lands at will.
Pettaway acting like he's hurt again. I only saw a jab force him into the ropes.
One of the body shots seemed to hurt too, but Pettaway has not had a good look in his eyes since the second knockdown. And, you know, this is kind of that look I thought I saw throughout the fight with Vaden. And there he throws a nice counter combination. Good left hook to the body by Terry Norris.
And a good right hand behind it, and Pettaway holds on.
All right, step back, both of you.
Pettaway looks a little bit like the starch has just gone out of him.
You know, when you get hit a lot and you get hit often and you don't seem to be able to do too much, that can happen real easily.
He's in a retreat mode right at the moment.
Is Red Dog better tasting premium beer? Well, yeah. It's brewed without any fancy gimmicks by Plank Road to be gold, bold, and uncommonly smooth. But hey, it's your call.
At Radio Shack, we carry thousands of electronic parts and accessories. Accessories that make what you already own work better, sound better, play better.
Help! Help!
Just tell us what you need.
Help!
We've even got those hard-to-get items. Radio Shack. You've got questions, we've got answers.
We start the 6th round, and Terry Norris starting to establish complete control in this fight. Pettaway's going to have to find something that has been there only in flashes.
Come on, both of you hold it now. Let's break it clean. Break it clean.
He's letting Terry come into him while he's on the rope too easily, not making him pay for any of those assaults, and that's what he's got to do.
Good left hand, but not as good as it appeared. Norris was a little off balance.
Yeah, Terry was a little off balance, got his feet tangled up, but sometimes that can inspire a man to do better, and we'll see what Pettaway does with it.
Pettaway coming out this round a little bit more aggressive.
See that rocking, bouncing rhythm Terry has? When he gets into that, that's the way he beat Sugar Ray Leonard. That's the way he's beat a lot of fighters. That's when he's at his best, when he gets in that rhythm and he's coming forward. Backing up, it may not be as effective, but coming forward, he is dangerous.
And working off the jab pretty well as well.
Come on, let's fight your way out, guys. Come on, guys. Come on.
I think Terry Norris has just matured as a fighter. I think he felt for a while he had to whack guys out. We talked to him about that yesterday. Now he's sort of going back to what brung him, if you will, and that is being a good boxer, and if the knockout's there, you take it.
Yeah, Terry seems to feel now that taking the 12 rounds and winning all 12 is just as good as a one-round knockout. Now, certainly the one-round knockout's more spectacular and you don't have to work all night, but this is the safest, best way for him. He said this is what got him here. He's got to stay with this and not go back to slugging.
I think this makes Norris a much more effective fighter.
When he's coming forward in this boxing mode and doing the things right with the speed and the power in combination, he's virtually impossible to beat. Now, because of the questionable chin that he has, and we've talked about it, Joe Sajdovic, his trainer, got a little mad at me, but, you know, it's one of those things where I just don't believe he has one of the better chins in the business. His chin is the least of all his abilities, and he has to be aware of it.
I think he got too brave too soon, too, and I just think he's becoming a smarter fighter, doing things to give himself the best chance to win the fight. And that's what he's doing here tonight. He's starting to dominate this fight. And it may not all be a pretty picture, but he's getting the job done very efficiently.
Terry's one problem is he is a true warrior and he's proud. If you hurt him, he'll want to come right back at you and hurt you, even when he should just take a step back and relax, especially when he's ahead. There's no need for it, but he's a true warrior, and I admire it, but I also understand it. He can't do it.
He's controlling this fight right now. Pettaway just can't find him, and when he does, it's pretty wild. That shot missed over the top of the head.
Watch your head. Watch your head. Come on, fight your
And we come to the end of round number 6, and this one is starting to be redundant. It's all Norris. We'll be back.
For the star-studded Dallas Cowboys, it was a super climax to an amazing season. Share the glory in this exclusive Cowboys Super Pack, the incredible new Dallas Cowboys Super Bowl Champions video, plus this super special leather-bound Sports Illustrated commemorative edition, both free with your paid subscription to Sports Illustrated. Get Troy and Emmett, Primetime, and the Playmaker in this star-packed video, plus the gold-embossed individually numbered SI commemorative edition, a magnificent championship memento you'll treasure forever. Get this exclusive Cowboys collector's package free when you order 54 issues of SI for only $1.47 an issue. Save over 50% off the cover price. Use your credit card. Call now to get your unbeatable super pack, free from Sports Illustrated. It's a sports experience like no other. Get into it.
We start the 7th round, and Vincent Pettaway looking to solve a riddle that he has been unable to solve virtually from the beginning.
You know, Terry came out, established himself, a couple of knockdowns in the first 3 rounds, built up a nice big early lead, and now he appears to be coasting. And some people might think, why not take him out? Because with his power, it's a dangerous situation to leave him around too long. At the same time, to take him out, you put yourself in harm's way of getting knocked out. And Terry, I think, is fighting the smart fight. Pettaway's absorbed a lot of punishment. He's got a big lead. It's Pettaway's obligation to take the fight to Terry now.
Well, it's like you said. I'm sure Terry is at that point in his career where he feels a 12-round decision that looks exactly the same when all is said and done as a 1 or 2 round knockout. And he knows he's driving the bus here. He's in complete charge of this fight.
Well, you know, I ask a couple different fighters when we get into that puncher versus boxer. Would you rather be 100 wins with no losses with 100 decisions, or 98-2 with 98 knockouts? And the 100 no has to take, has to take the cake.
Pettaway again was off balance there. That was not a punch. Barry Tompkins, Bobby Ches, Eric Clemens, and James Brown, all at the Richmond Coliseum. Very good crowd here, although right at the moment the crowd just kind of sitting back and watching rather than being vociferously into this fight.
Well, that's one of the things, too, about boxers that start to get on their nerves a little, that the crowd will boo. If there's not big action, the crowd will get a little lackadaisical and not be into the fight, and they want them to be into the fight. Sometimes they change what their best suited styles to accommodate the crowd, and it costs some of the fighters dearly.
So Norris is in a very good situation right now, too, and then at some point, Pettaway is going to have to come after him if he's going to have any chance of winning the fight, and then it all plays directly into the hands of Terry Norris. Norris working the jab very effectively tonight, too.
Right, step back. Come on, guys, take my command. Let's go.
See, something that took place at the Vaden fight with Terry Norris. I thought that Paul Vaden, coming into the fight, underestimated just how hard Terry hit with both hands and just how quick he was. And putting the two together, it's an awful lot of punishment you need to get away from in a very short amount of time. And this is the case for a lot of the fighters. When they get in there, they don't realize just how hard Terry hits and how quick he is to get that punch to you.
Well, and again, just to belabor the point, he's got a snapping jab that actually has forced Pettaway backwards and into the ropes on numerous occasions. Crowd's starting to get a little bit restless, but I believe Norris is doing what he has to do, and he's not a popularity contest right at the moment. So we head for the end of round number 7 here, and again, it's more of same. Terry Norris doing it to Vincent Pettaway. We'll be back after this word from your local station.
We have a Buddy Burger, funny fries, and a large Pepsi. No, that's a Buddy Burger. What? Forget the burger. All I really want is a Pepsi. 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 Yeah. Thank you. You need to get that intercom fixed.
Not just another President's Day sale, but the big winter clearance. The blizzard of '96 left Chrysler and Plymouth dealers overstocked. Now the all-new Plymouth Voyager is the lowest price minivan you can buy. Or lease Voyager, now only $249 a month, 0 down. With air, automatic, V6 and anti-lock brakes, only $249 a month, 0 down. Only at Chrysler Plymouth's big winter clearance. Don't let it pass you by.
Barry Tompkins, Bobby Ches back at the Richmond Coliseum. Terry Norris coming out to try to do what he's done, and that is dominate a fight with Vincent Pettaway and keep his shares, and he is the only man in boxing to have more than one share of a title. The IBC and WBC 154-pound title.
Right now, Vincent Pettaway is very much past the point of no return. He can't win a decision now unless he knocks Terry Norris down several times, in my opinion. I have the fight 70-61. It's 7 rounds to 0, and the 2 knockdowns pump it up a couple of extra points. He is in a huge hole, Barry.
And he really hasn't been able to generate much offense. He's had the isolated shot with the right hand. He did wobble Norris on one occasion, but only after being knocked down himself. That was in the 3rd round.
All right, come on, cut his head a little.
There's a nice short right hand on the inside by Pettaway, but he's not following it up. He needs to land 2 or 3 of those shots, get Terry out of his rhythm. There you go. Another nice right hand.
Didn't hurt Norris at all, however. In Norris's corner, they said, just keep boxing, just keep doing what you're doing, because it's been very effective. Good hard body shot by Norris. Norris has always been a very effective body puncher.
Terry mixes it up well. He goes to the body, comes back to the head. He'll go back to your body. He'll do what it takes to get the job done.
What's your feeling about Norris? Will he try to unify this thing completely against Julio Cesar Vasquez, or do you think he's going to go for bigger game?
Well, I believe that the first one that comes to him, he'll take, but I think he does want to unify. I know I talked to him about it. He said he wants to unify. It's not always easy to do with the different promoters and sanctioning bodies, etc. But he's certainly after bigger game. He's still chasing that pound-for-pound best around, and Pernell Whitaker dead in his sights.
And he's even made some noises about stepping up and trying to get up to the Roy Jones level, although I don't believe he would fight Jones at more than 160.
If he and Roy Jones fought at 160, I'd love to see the fight. It's a great fight. Roy Jones blazing speed, pound for pound. Maybe number 2, maybe number 1 in the world with Pernell Whitaker. He also has great power generated by that speed. Reflexes that are great. That's a terrific fight that I'd pay $1,000 to watch.
Now, I know you want to see Roy Jones fight somebody.
Well, I like to see him fight. The competition level right now for him is not very good. I need to see him fight a Nigel Benn or a Terry Norris or somebody of that nature. That would be great.
Norris, again, pinning Pettaway in the corner. Now Pettaway just trying to get off the ropes. Can't do it. Took a left to the body and went down. Huge body shot by Norris.
Beautiful left hook right under the rib cage, and I'll tell you what, that is painful.
It's over. Terry Norris, I thought, just fought a brilliantly executed fight. It wasn't brutal, it wasn't ugly, and to Terry Norris, I think a pretty picture. Did exactly what he had to do.
You know, I can't explain to the people at home that have never put on the gloves and been hit there that all of the air and strength leaves your body in one instant with those body shots. They last so long and they hurt so bad, I'd rather get hit in the chin any day.
Well, we talked about body shots and how effective they had been throughout the fight for Terry Norris. I thought he worked his jab very well. I thought he worked the body the whole fight very well. And he finally ended it with, as you said, a huge shot just below the rib cage. So Terry Norris is the winner, and he holds on to his 2/3 of the 154-pound championship. When we come back, we'll take another look at how it all happened, and we'll talk with Terry Norris. That's all coming up after this.
When it hurts so much you can hardly swallow ordinary food, that's when you know you've got a miserable sore throat. Get quick relief with Vicks Chloraseptic Spray. It works to numb sore throat pain on contact with a powerful anesthetic cough drops and lozenges just don't have. With Vicks Chloraseptic, a sore throat is easy to swallow.
This here freight train. He Pablo. Me, I'm Motif. There's only one drink fat enough to quench our thirst, and that's Turbo Sweet 7.
God, genius! The can's upside down.
Don't talk to me like a child. I played Hamlet at Cambridge.
Once again, you've ruined my concentration.
Excuse me. What's my motivation?
When you're thirsty, trust your gut, not some actor.
That's it. I am going to my trailer.
No one can save you now.
Hey, bet we could.
Fools, we will defeat you and take your Miller Lite. Not if we choose the weapon. Paper football, very clever. You kick off.
It's good. We are saved.
When you've got the great taste of an ice-cold Miller Lite, life is good. You are worthy opponents. Let us celebrate. I know a good sports bar around the corner. Life is good.
We need a man in the White House who knows the difference between a forkball and a screwball. We need a man in the White House who can hit 5 home runs in a 5-game playoff series and who isn't Reggie Jackson. We need a man in the White House who knows an ERA is more than just an amendment. We need a man in the White House with his own candy bar and who isn't Reggie Jackson. We need a man in the White House who will remember to take his spikes off before entering the White House. That man is Ken Griffey Jr. Paid for by Griffey in '96 and Nike.
We welcome you back to the Richmond Coliseum, where Terry Norris has held on to his 2/3 of the 154-pound title, and he did so in quite impressive fashion by defeating Vincent Pettaway on a knockout in the 8th round. Let's get the official announcement now from Jimmy Lennon Jr.
What announcement?
Ladies and gentlemen, we have the time of 2 minutes, 41 seconds in round number 8. Our referee in charge, Larry Doggett, stops the contest. The winner by way of technical knockout, retaining his IBF and WBC 154-pound championship, Terrible Terry Norris.
We'll take a look at that body shot, because I'll tell you what, it was just clean and crisp. You see, Pettaway's got his hands up. He throws a shot and doesn't get it back, and he just digs it right in. You can see it. And I know I've been hit with those shots. I know how it feels. Many times myself, I said, oh, just go down and take a knee count. But I'm stubborn. He'll watch it again from overhead. He digs right underneath, gets good bend in his legs, and lands it clean. No partial shot, full clean shot under the rib cage. When that hand sinks in super slow-mo, we'll see it again. When that hand sinks in, oh, it is devastating. Here's a great angle to look at it. Right under it. That is so painful, I cannot even communicate to the people at home.
And you can see it in Pettaway's face. He was done as soon as that shot landed. That's as good a body shot as you will see. Incidentally, on the judges' cards, all 3 of the judges gave all 7 rounds to the winner, Terry Norris, 70-61 on all 3 of his cards, of the judges' cards. So Terry Norris continues where he left off. You're going to see more of him, and we'll be back after this word from your local station.
Hey, what if it's the realtor? Yeah, with an offer on the house.
Well, if you're not in time, press star 69. NYNEX will return the call for you.
They want to see the house? In an hour?
Not in time, star 69. Only from NYNEX. Who's answering your phone? Who's taking your messages?
Hey, Dad, some friend of yours just called.
Don't worry. Press star 69, and NYNEX will call back the last number that called you.
Yeah, Bill.
Not in time, star 69. Only from NYNEX.
So you need a new car, but you don't want to do this. Well, now when you compare any new Pontiac, you can save thousands, just like that. I mean, look at this Sunfire. Dual airbags, automatic air, and over $2,800 less than the Honda Civic. Take a new Grand Am and save over $4,000 compared to the Nissan or Honda. Plus, you'll get 4.8% financing. But hurry, because 4.8 doesn't last forever. So get a new Pontiac and save thousands, because nobody beats our bottom line.
They were handpicked to lose.
One rebel diesel against the U.S. nuclear Navy.
Determined to win.
Catch us if you can.
Now, the Navy's most unusual crew
Sounds like a whale.
could become our country's most unlikely heroes.
Battle stations.
All a handful! He can't just have vanished.
From the director of Major League, Kelsey Grammer.
I love this job.
Down Periscope, rated PG-13. Starts Friday at theaters everywhere.
It doesn't matter what comes, fresh goes better in life. With Mentos fresh and full of life. Nothing gets to you, staying fresh, staying cool. With Mentos fresh and full of life. Fresh goes better with Mentos fresh. Fresh goes better with Mentos fresh and full of life.
Mentos, the fresh maker.
We welcome you back to the Richmond Coliseum. The champion is still the champion, and right now, bedecked in belts, he's with Eric Clemens. Eric?
All right, Barry, thank you very much. Terrible Terry Norris retaining a couple of those belts. Terry, first of all, congratulations. Secondly, he told us yesterday he wanted to kind of draw you in. It proved not to be a very good strategy for him. You took control kind of early.
Definitely. He tried to do my game. He tried to go out and box me. He should have just came out brawling. It was his best shot, tried to land a good shot and take me out, but he tried to box me, and that's my game.
3 knockdowns you had in the fight, a couple of them early. Did you really hurt him, especially first when it didn't really look like you hurt him all that much?
I think it was just flash knockdown. I caught him with, in his blind spot and dropped him the first 2 times, and then and the third one was that was really a shot.
We're going to take a look at the monitor. Here comes number 1, I believe. Talk about this for a little bit.
This is the first one. I just caught him his back of the head. I've been watching. It's high on his head where he can't take a real good shot, and right on top of the head, and he dropped him. As far as the second one,
second one's coming up.
As far as the second one, it was high on the head too, and just basically just dropped him. And we trading it. I guess it was just a little shot on top of the head. Can't take real good shots on top of the head. I knew that, and I just was trying to land right there.
He came back on that round and really came back and caught you with a shot, but this is the final one, the body shot that hurt everybody who was near.
Yeah, that's what my dad was telling me. Everybody in my corner was telling me, go to the body. And I set him up perfect body shot right there. And that dropped him. It's perfect body shots.
All right. Now, we know we've heard a lot of people talk about being best pound for pound, and we know you want to unify this title and maybe go to other divisions and do some more stuff. What's in the future for you?
Right now, I think we got Vasquez on the 16th, but I like to fight Pernell Whitaker. That's my goal. I want to fight Pernell Whitaker and then fight Trinidad. And Pernell Whitaker, if you watch this fight.